Darkness falls, and with it, the truth emerges. In a world where the line between fact and fear is blurred, beneath the surface of forgotten towns and restless graves, hide secrets soaked in blood and whispers that never die. From the chilling depths of true crime to the unexplained shadows of the paranormal, we dive into the stories that haunt both past and present. Welcome to Realm of Darkness.
Bam, there we are.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Realm of Darkness. I feel like we haven't done a true show in a really long time, and the last couple has just been us talking a bunch of crap. So
I mean, we've been very busy people.
We have.
Yeah.
But I am happy and excited to be back with an actual guest tonight, and one that I consider a good friend. So I am not going to take too long to introduce her because, she has Unique Paranormal 1.5. I don't know if I say it right. The Doss House, a new location that is kind of going on right now, being felt out, and a really big event that's going to be happening in June of next year. So we have a lot to talk to her about. So I'm just going to bring her in. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh no, did you freeze or did I? Okay, well, yeah. Ready? Please welcome Shawnna Rigsby.
Hey. I'm glad you both agreed.
If Nate would have said no, I would have just got rid of him and brought you in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have lasted. It would have been fine.
Well, my computer froze for a second, and I was like, did he say yes? I hope so. But, girl, how are you?
I'm good. Living the dream out here, man.
Well, I see you're busy. You've got a lot going on right now with the team and the different events you've been to and the event you have coming up in a couple months. And, well, not just one location, but kind of two.
Yeah, kind
of. So let's just dive into it. So tell us a little bit about the team, how it kind of started, because I know that's kind of the foundation of everything you're into now.
Yeah. So the team now is Unique Paranormal 1.5. It was my mother's original group, Unique Paranormal 1. And as I'm sure a lot of people know, she passed away. So me and my wife, Danielle, took over her group. When she passed away, one of her closest friends, Cheryl, was there, obviously helping us care for her. And one of my best friends, Beth, was also there helping me and Danielle care for her. So that kind of solidified our basic foundation for Unique Paranormal 1.5. And Beth's daughter, Emily, a newbie, but she's learning and she loves doing all the ghosty stuff with us. So, and in the events of that, my mom had a very open door policy. So anybody who ever wanted to go on a hunt or learn anything about the paranormal community, everybody was always welcome to join. So in the midst of that, we've kind of, brought some people in and they've, started going along with us to some things. But our core four people are those four people. And like I said, we've been fortunate enough to meet some really close friends who have linked up with us along the way. But anybody's always allowed to come hang out with us. I haven't really been doing paranormal very long, if I'm being honest. I always just tagged along with my mom. I was like the skeptic kid that hung out in the background and was like, yeah, my mom, you're bullshit right now, but I'm going to hang out with you just to see what this is all about. And it wasn't until they had an event up in Kane, Pennsylvania at an old manor there that there were just too many unexplained things that happened that my very scientific brain could not explain. And it sucked me in from there. And then, all the toys becomes very addictive. You have to have this and this REM pod and this tripwire and this, all of this stuff. And then, me getting all of her paranormal stuff when she did pass away. We just dove in feet first. Like we just jumped and took off running. And in essence, it became my grief journey because I'd never experienced a loss like this before. So this was a way for me to put those emotions into workings and honoring her. And man, we hit the ground running and we haven't stopped. Like it's been insane. So yeah, that's where the group starts.
I love that you just said that because I have said multiple times, because I also, lost a mother and that's kind of what got me into the paranormal. And, for some people it is just fun and they just kind of do it on the side, but it can really be a form of therapy. It's gotten you through a lot of things. I know it's gotten me through a lot of things, just realizing in this journey that there is more out there. It's not lights out, you're done. It's so much more. And they probably have more fun than we do anyway. But
for sure.
I love that you said that because I tell people when they're in a situation where they're grieving or they just don't know where to look or where to find answers. I'm like, listen, come on an investigation. It is going to change the way you look at things.
Absolutely. And people ask me all the time, like, why are you doing this? Like, what, they question your religious beliefs and all of these things. And I'm like, to me, paranormal doesn't mean any of those things to me. The reason I'm doing it is for that split second chance or opportunity to hear from my mother again. And if there is a chance or a way people can prove, through paranormal theory and all these scientific things and these investigations, it's worth it to me for that split second chance or opportunity to connect with somebody I've lost. So that is why I do it. That is why the chase is there, or helping someone else do that, or, creating these environments when you go in and investigate at these places that allow energies of the people that you're even with to come in. That's been like a new awesome thing that's been happening at the Doss House. I think because of the foundation of what it was established on, guests, loved ones are coming through to them there. Like, where does that really happen? Besides, like, oh, you're pain in the ass grandpa who's been following around for 20 years. He always makes it known, right? But people that have lost loved ones that they have never thought they would ever hear from are coming through with validated factual information. It blows my mind and it makes it all worth it. No matter what anybody says about you, whatever judgment they pass on you, doesn't matter. Those moments are what matters.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, we've all had experiences like that with like family members. I had one at Wildwood with my grandma, and I'm like, oh my God, like how you, that's why we do it. Like just for a chance or to help somebody else connect with.
Exactly. Makes all those long trips and overnights worth it. Absolutely.
100%.
Yes. Well, and not only that, but helping the spirits as well, because there's been times that we've gone to locations where, someone's stuck and they just want someone to listen. Right. So it's like, I think people forget sometimes that spirits are just people in a different sense, so it's cool to be able to have those experiences and to reach people. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I loved so much about your mom's story and how you said that she was very accepting and respective of the spirit world, not just this world. Right. And then also like inviting people in. So that's a legacy that and a mission that I think everybody needs to try to keep alive.
Promoting a positive attitude and having fun. Because if you're not having fun and enjoying your time, what are you here for? It shouldn't feel like it's work or it's a job or it's oh gosh, I got to go to Pennhurst and investigate this weekend. Who does that? Who says that? Nobody. So you got to keep that motivation in mind that if it ever becomes something like that, then it's time to hang it up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So speaking about your mom, the Doss House is kind of in like memorial to her. And there were some items of hers that are there. Was that always something you were looking to? I mean, you said you were kind of new to the paranormal. Were you
absolutely
always interested in like getting a location, or did it just kind of work out perfect?
No, honest to goodness, like me and Danielle were doing this stuff with mom on and off, We saw, though, how much the paranormal community meant to her, how a lot of her paranormal friends were more like family than friends. She spent a lot of time building relationships with people. And seeing that, I think it was just after she passed away, we wanted to just continue on that connectiveness that she had with not just the paranormal community, but the community in general. So it was never a thought. Like, I never thought I'd own a haunted location ever in my wildest dreams, especially one like the Doss house.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's yeah. There's no words really.
And you've had the Doss house for almost a year, right?
Almost will be 1 year since we've opened the doors. Yeah.
And I've already been there 2 or 3 times. I can't remember.
Yeah, we've been once.
Twice.
Yes.
Yes. And guys, if you are looking to book a location, I am telling you, if you're looking for something that will give you evidence, might give you a little scare, the Doss house is it. Because
we sleep pretty well anywhere, and we didn't even sleep there that night. We left that night. Yeah. We weren't gonna do it.
I don't even think I told you. So yeah, I've spent the night there before.
No,
so the funny thing is, I've spent the night there before.
Yeah,
I had told Nate.
Kind of,
yeah. I told Nate and Tom what had happened. But that's all I said was like, oh, this crazy dream. Yeah. And that was it. I didn't tell them where or any of that. They get to the location. And I won't give too much away because Doss is one of the episodes, but stuff started happening. We were in the house a few minutes, maybe. And I mean, it was,
I can't wait to see
sickness and noises. And I mean, things were just so intense that halfway through the investigation, Tom got on his phone and booked a hotel. Yeah. And he was like, I'm not staying here.
You totally did not tell me this.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, halfway through the investigation, he booked a hotel.
20 minutes away. You could have just came to my house.
Well, it was so funny because I was going to stay. And I was like, well, I'll just sleep here by myself.
No way.
And they're like, no, the hell you're not.
Make a big zero. No way.
Yeah, so they wouldn't leave me. So we ended up going to Altoona to this like podunk little
girl.
It looked like something Sam and Dean Winchester would have stayed at.
I felt like we were in that kind of mentality.
God.
Yeah.
Well, moving
it was
forward,
hilarious.
just know you can come. I have plenty of spare rooms. You can come and stay at my house. Like, we had to do that to a group about 2 weeks ago. They lasted 2 hours. Well-seasoned paranormal investigators. I never would have thought in a million years. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some groups that go in there. They expect shit to be flying off the walls. And, because the hype is so big about the house, and they're like, oh, we had a quiet night, but we got intelligent REM pod responses and tons of EVP. And I'm like, that sounds awesome to me, but it's okay, whatever. So this group that went in there, like I said, very seasoned. And after about an hour and a half, I started getting the messages. And I was like, okay, well, put your foot down, reset your boundaries. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. 2 hours later, they're like, we're not going to be mad if you say that we can come stay at your house. I'm like, are you guys serious? You've only been there for 2 hours. And the one individual that was there was like, I got to go and I got to go now. And they did. They all came to our house and told me all the crazy shit that was going on. And I was like, that's what's cool about the Doss house, though. It's forever changing, which is weird. Like, you have your familiar spirits there, your familiar energies, but there's always new things. And I'm trying to keep track of things like charting and how people feel the week before they're coming and when they are on their way and when they get there and then when they leave and what types of energies are certain groups experiencing in the house and what about this group that isn't experiencing much. So it has been so all over the place that I don't even know what to say.
Well, and the funny thing is, so we have slept at some of the craziest locations. I mean, we've slept multiple times at Hinsdale, Wildwood,
the State House.
I mean, SK Pier, all kinds of crazy places.
Yeah.
And for us to like, and I mean, I feel like we're kind of seasoned. So
Yeah,
when we
you are
say that
right.
we did not stay, we did not stay.
I am a veteran
I know that.
of
I'm shocked.
investigating.
I'm actually shocked. I didn't even know you guys
Well,
didn't stay.
It was just. Well, I don't want to give too much away because obviously you'll see it when it all comes out. But
Yeah, we'll send
something
it to
was
you
an
first.
uneasy feeling about certain things that night. So,
Mhm.
and mainly, we'll get into it a little bit because I want to talk about the house a little bit for people that maybe have not heard of it. It's good to talk about. But something in the basement, and I'm sure you get that a lot. Something in the basement that night was kind of aggressive, not aggressive, but
I wouldn't say aggressive because it wasn't
aggressive's not the word. Yeah. No, but
I would say manipulating, as in trying to get people alone.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, and it was, and I had told the guys, I'm like, if any of us are alone, like it's gonna pop off.
Oh, yeah.
so
Let
I
me
mean,
ask you one question: did anybody get bum rushed down there?
Not per se, but like the feeling like that it was coming, if that makes
Right.
sense.
That's what I mean. Like,
yes.
So Danielle explains it in a way of like she feels it building, and she's like, it's building, and then she's like, here it comes, and she kind of like, and then the whole energy changes in that moment, and yeah.
I think we had something very similar. I can't remember. I know I did, and I think Tom did, but when we were in that back part, so after you kind of step over and go in the back, I was sitting in a chair and we were just trying to, just investigate. And we're like, you know what, let's go lights out. We went completely dark. And I was like, you guys, I feel like there's something like behind me, just like over. And I was like, I kind of even did one of these. I'm like, oh man, like I feel like it's just gonna, it never did. But
you're going to get something loud right here in your ear, and then you're literally going to shit your pants. Yeah.
Yes.
I understand.
I mean, and the voices, the EVPs that we were getting, I mean, it was,
we were on, you can go back and watch, we were on Facebook Live of all things and like investigating for a little bit. And that's kind of where it started.
Yeah. We were investigating somewhere else, I think, that night.
Yes.
So we weren't able were we maybe at the church?
I think you guys might have been.
No, we were in Michigan at Eloise. That's where we were.
Oh, okay. I will say, I know you guys weren't there, but
yeah, we were in Michigan at Eloise. Well, damn it, I didn't even know you guys didn't even stay. Well, shit.
Well, and even the first time. So, did anybody else just see that random light behind?
Yep, sure did.
Okay,
like
just
like a twinkle.
Yes, and there's. I mean, I don't have any lights on in here. Oh well, it's okay. So since the first one technically isn't an episode, I am giving some of that footage to the guys, but I mean, loss of time in the house as well, because I know that next day I instantly messaged you. I was like, I had this experience. It was so real. I remember getting up. I remember someone pacing, like physically moving.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. I asked you to go back and watch the cameras, and none of us got. No. Which is insane to me, because we all specifically remember getting up and moving of some sort.
There was one. No, there was one. Whoever was on the cot at the bottom of the couch this way, she got up one time to go to the bathroom, which was one of the times you told me. But then everything after that time was like it didn't even exist.
Well, and our friend Katie, so she was the one sleeping in the doorway going into the kitchen. Well, not the kitchen, into the dining room. And she, that morning, before I even talked to you, she told me that she had a panic attack. She stood up. She was pacing. She was reading her phone, trying to say the Our Father. She couldn't remember it. And I mean, she has said it a million times. She pulls it up on her phone. She's reading it. And she said she was pacing for like 10, 15 minutes. And when we looked, she never got up.
Never.
Which is insane.
Never. But insane, I can tell you, like, that doorway, like, I believe there's something with that doorway, like walking through that space. That is probably one of the top 5 spots in the house for activity, is right there. And she slept there.
Yes, she did. Well, attempted to.
And when I pulled up the camera, I was like, oh oh boy. Well, but then it was kind of not a whole lot better where you were because, and a lot of people don't know about this, where that couch is placed, that's where Doss's hospice bed was and where he passed away, was right there in that corner.
Oh, and that's exactly where I slept.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, that location is within my top 3, I would say.
It has definitely spoiled us for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I know my mom played a big part in that, of making sure that that was the place that we found and opened for her.
I was just about to say, how did that become a thing for you? How did that like get dropped on you? Like,
so basically, I mean, she had always talked for years and years and years that she wanted to own and run a haunted Airbnb, like a come in bed and breakfast, like, so not Airbnb, bed and breakfast. And that stuck with Danielle for some reason after my mom passed away. So it became her personal mission to find a place. And it just so happened one day she was like, hey, my Aunt Teresa called. And I'm not sure if you guys know this yet or not, but she said, my Aunt Teresa called and wants to know if I want to go over to my pap's house to pick up a mantle that he built, because the house has been empty for several years. And she hasn't been able to go over there and do much with it because it's just still too painful. But he made it, and she knew you would appreciate. Her Aunt Teresa knew that Danielle would appreciate the mantle, which is why she offered it to her. So she was like, absolutely. So she's like, we'll meet you out there. And the drive there, I was just like, I don't feel very, like, where are we going? Like, she's like, Loretto, Pennsylvania. And I was like, okay, I've never heard of this place in my life. And so we're driving there, and she ended up having to pull over for me to be sick. And I was like, I'm like, what did I, you go through all the things, like, what did I eat? Where have I been? Like all of these things. And we pull up to the house, and I didn't even realize that we pulled up to the house yet. I'm like, okay, I looked to the left, the hall is right there to the left. And I was like, are we here? She's like, yeah. And I look out my window and I see the house, and I was like, so then it kind of like, you have to admit, like when you pull up to that place, it literally smacks you in the face. It smacks you in the face. Yeah. And I whipped my head back around at her and I said, this is your grandparents' place? And she said, yeah. I don't think she knew how to answer me because, I mean, you see the Doss house, she didn't know if she should be embarrassed or she didn't know, And I was like, Danielle, she's like, what? I'm like, you have been looking for a haunted location in honor of my mother for a year. She was like, huh. I never thought of that. I never thought of this. So I was like, well, let's check it out. She's like, okay, yeah, let's check. She's like, I don't even know if my aunt's willing to sell it or whatever. So her aunt comes and we tell her, like, what do you think about this? And are you willing to sell it? And she's like, hell yeah, I'm willing to sell it. It's been sitting here for 3 years. I'm not going to do anything with it. And so she let us go in and we investigated, and it was obviously insane. And we bought it, and here we are.
That's so crazy that it was already somebody you knew that had the house. I thought maybe it was like, oh, you found this house or something like that.
People were like, because you guys know how this field could be, can be, and is. We disclosed that information for a while. We didn't fib about it, but we just disclosed it.
I never told the boys.
Right. Good girl. We just didn't want people to think we were giving this place a narrative, and we wanted the house to make a name for itself. And I feel 1,000,000% confident it sure did.
It 100% did.
So now that the house is established, it has made a name for itself. Now Danielle is able to express and communicate with several of her loved ones that are there. So even though it initially became a place in honor of my mom, it has now become more of a memoriam place for both of our family members who have passed away, which is awesome.
Well, and I wonder now that information is being shared and coming out a little bit more and more, if the energy of the house is going to shift, because it was very different the second time versus the first time. The first time, I don't want to say threatening because that's not the right term, but it was very much like, why are you here? What do you want?
Mhm.
Very untrusting. And the second time was more playful
Yes.
and more like, let me play with you. Let me trick you.
Right.
Let me do this. So it was more like, I don't know how to explain it, but I do. I wonder if it's going to, or if it's shifting with the energies that come in too.
I think
Because
that's a big part of it. Yeah.
I was with
I
two
think-
completely different groups of people.
Right. And I think that does play a huge part in it. And I think, you know, we have even seen different people that have different practices, and to each is their own, as I've said a million times. But people have hitchhikers, and or when they do certain, you know, they do their certain practices before going into a location that can open up things for other people who are not educated in that, making people vulnerable, which then creates, you know, the whole what Larissa's book talks about, you know, creating egregores and tulpas and all of these things. And that's very much a thing. So when you bring all of these things into a place that's already super active, it can go a million different directions. We've had several people from Larissa, Bodie, Patty, the list goes on, that claim that there is actual some type of portal or vortex there. There's nothing like affirmative to that, but because the energy is shifting and changing, and, you know, like I've said before, like the known spirits that are there are usually there for the most part. But if something else ever comes in that's not so nice, it really shuts everything else down just to make itself known. There's been even times me and Danielle have been there investigating with my sister-in-law, Missy. And, you know, the night starts off with like, we know we're talking to mom and, you know, some friendly, familiar energies that are there. And all of a sudden it just be like doom and gloom is just dropped on your head. And all of those energies are gone. And it's just this heavy trickster type energy that's dragging you from room to room, messing with you, instilling the fear in you, and then it feeds it. So then crazy things happen to you. Like for myself, I can't go in the basement. I don't go in the house alone anyways, because I am fearful, and that's my own damn fault, to be honest with you. And the house now knows that I'm fearful. And when we try to investigate to figure out what these energies are, because I do have some clear things that come to me. I don't know what these things mean. I just know what I can see and hear and feel and all of those. But we were trying to figure out what that energy was in the basement. And some really close friends of ours who are very gifted said that Danielle and I, the owners of the house, had to be the ones to try to figure that out together. And this energy was very, like I said, you building, like Nate couldn't even think of the word. Like it just felt like huge, like this huge, you know, and not aggressive, but just like bullying, like a big, huge bully, if that makes sense. And it wasn't backing down. And I literally was just sitting there like I had this big fluffy bubble around me. And I was like, yep, nobody is going to be able to do anything. I can't hear or see anything because I know my mother has put this little umbrella around me. I said, so this is pointless for me. And so we swapped out with another team member with Hill City Paranormal. They were there with us. And then they were able to get some things going. So it's just weird how things take a turn, a left turn, a complete U-turn, a flip upside down. You never know.
Well, so I have to ask the hard question because sometimes I like to be devil's advocate, and we've seen this happen at other locations like Hinsdale and a couple other Wildwood, where people do come in with not the greatest of intentions and they start playing or dabbling.
Yes.
Do you think that something like that has happened in the house and maybe has affected the basement in that type of way?
100%. I do believe that has happened to us. You know, once again, like I'm not educated in all of these things. So I don't really know like what you can call it or what, you know, these practices mean or how they, all of those things. But I do know that there were certain remarks made that made it very evident that somebody did something on purpose. And, like I said, to each his own, but when you do something kind of malevolent intentionally, that's not right, especially when you have a location that you're trying to, keep positive and bring people there for the right reasons of bringing paranormal community together and trying to figure out what these locations actually are just in themselves. Like, you don't have to bring these other things in. You don't have to try to control or manipulate a situation. Just let it be what it is so you can actually conduct inclusive investigations to really try to prove paranormal theory. So when that happens, and it happens everywhere. So, and I now think about that when we go to all of these different locations, like, how are we ever going to know what's really true and what's really not? Because certain things are being done to manipulate locations.
Well, and my fear is, what does that do to the spirits that are there? And we've talked about it, like these energies and these spirits, they're just people that are on a different plane and a different realm. And if people are dabbling or doing things they shouldn't be doing, or even if they think they know what they're doing and they make a mistake, we're all human, we make mistakes. But what does that do to the spirits and the energies that are there? Right. Does it cause them harm? Does it push them out? What does it do? Right. And that's why, like I said in the beginning, is where your mom was so much about respect. I think people forget that sometimes. Yeah. And that's one of the main things I hope this field brings back. I know when Nate and I walk in locations, and Tom, but he's not here, the very first thing we say is, hey, we're not here to do any harm. We just want to ask questions. We just want to get to know you, hear your story. So every single episode is going to have that phrase in it, because we want them to know we're not here to do anything that's going to affect you in a negative way. Right. And we tend to get better responses after we say that.
Right. Absolutely. And I do believe people get away from that original intention. Like, this is what the paranormal field is about. Like I said, to each is their own. You practice whatever you want to. I don't care. All I care about at the end of the day is if you're a good human or not. You know what I mean? But to manipulate a situation, put other actual human beings in harm's way who are not educated and don't know what these types of things are, what they can do, so they can even protect themselves properly. Even if I was in a situation where somebody was doing something that I didn't necessarily agree with, at least allow me to know what the risks are that I could be vulnerable to, because you don't know what my fears are. You don't know what my abilities are. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, and people don't take those things into account when they are doing these things, when there are other people around them, or like you said, manipulating the spiritual realm at these locations to alter what they really are. So I mean, it's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that it's never going to change. And it's sad. It really is.
It is. It's sad. And I think, unfortunately, I don't want to say the generation, but over the past decade, there's been a certain name. Well, I'll just say, everybody knows I don't like him. Zach Bagans, right? Yeah. I don't care. Cancel me. He has made it so normalized to be like, that's a demon. And that, he sounds like Oprah, like, that's a demon. That's a demon. This is possessed. That's
you
possessed.
Get a demon. And
you get a demon. That's what people think you need to have an experience, or that, a lot of these YouTubers think you need that big, wow, screaming demon factor, when that's really not what it's about. Like, people who are truly interested in the paranormal, yes, it's cool to see things happen. Yeah. But it's just because we're curious. We want to know. We want to see. Yeah. And anybody who's really interested is like, demons, really? We've been in this for a long time. So,
and not to like switch gears a little bit here, but I think that's what was so disheartening about the whole situation with Creep It Real Festival. Like, anybody that knows me knows, like, we always seek light. Like we always seek the positive energy, but you also have to at least acknowledge that dark energy does exist. Yes. High vibrational and low. You have to at least acknowledge it so you know how to prepare yourself, to protect yourself. It doesn't mean you're going out and seeking. Now, there are some people that do and whatever, but
to each is their own.
Like, again, to each is their own. But that is not what we're about. That is not why I'm even doing this. Like, if that's what I wanted to be, that's what I would be promoting. I'm doing anything but that. So for people to come at you anyway, we're not going to support this event that you want to have in honor of your mom and the community. And you've already told us all of your good intentions because we think you're demon chasers. Like, what? Get out of here. Like, I mean, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter what you say, how honest you are, what it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because somebody along the way is going to, excuse my language, fuck that up for you, because people don't believe anymore that there are really people in the universe with good intentions who mean what they say and actually back up what they say with actions. It's even to the point of like the drama in the paranormal field. Like we all live in high school, there was a certain situation that I was involved in with a location and a group, and I love these people. I love these people. Well, these people want me to not associate with these people because these people had a falling out. No, I'm not. This did not do me wrong. This did not do me wrong. I am not. Like, why would you even think this? Like, I'm doing good by you. I'm keeping my word. I'm doing good by you. I'm keeping my word. But now I'm this big, huge, horrible monster because I'm not hating who you hate too. I hate it.
And you know what? Can I just say, I'm going to bow to you on that.
Yeah,
Preach on that one, because there's too much of that in the field. We found ourselves in the same situation. And my biggest thing is I tell people, if someone tells you that I am the nicest, kindest, sweetest person they've ever met, believe them. If this person tells you that I'm the biggest raging bitch you've ever met, believe them. Yeah. But also ask them, shut up, Nate. Ask them what of their actions made me into that person.
Right.
And I will never, there's a lot of,
or how about this? If I've done something that has upset you or offended you, don't just get on your socials and say, I'm an open book. I go and I confront my problems, but you don't. But and it's not my responsibility to confront you about an issue you have with me. Like, I'm just going to keep doing what I do and continuing on and but don't, you know what I mean? It's just so frustrating. Sometimes I didn't know going into this. Like, I just wanted to honor my mother and do, good works in the community like she did. I didn't know all this crazy shit existed. But I'm like,
does.
Okay.
The way it works, the bigger you become, the more people have to say about you.
Well, right. And I've literally had to basically put my mouth in a box and keep it like very straightforward. Like, if you say something in the moment that I feel is not right, I'm just saying it right there, right then and there. And if you can leave that conversation still having a problem and you feel the need to, cause issues and run your mouth, then that's on you. That's your energy that you have to hold on to. It's not affecting me. I said my piece and we're moving forward. So,
and that's the thing.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Like, I tell the guys all the time, I'm like, listen, if I'm going to say something about someone, it is not anything that I would not say to their face. And, unfortunately, I am the same way, where if I have a problem or something bothers me, I'm going to call you. I'm not going to run to this person and that person. I'm going to call you and be like, hey, this upset me. This is why. And people find it aggressive. And I guess at the end of the day, I'm just going to, be that aggressive person, but it helps clear things up.
My wife is like you.
I love her, by the way.
I always tell her all the time, Danielle, it's not the message you're trying to get across. It's the approach. Like, she's an either you're going to love her or hate her kind of gal. Like, it's her intentions are true, like, are from the heart, like, but it's her approach. Like, sometimes you don't know how to take her. And
she's a
so
no
yeah,
fluff
I'm
kind of person.
That's Ashley too.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, she doesn't.
the hard rock. I'm the squishy.
Well,
Like I'm the squishy one.
That's
Like
me.
even though I have to tell you something, I don't want to. I don't want to tell you the truth. And then I'm telling you, I'm letting it go and I'm moving forward. But in my own space, I'm trying to work through it because I don't like upsetting people. I don't like people being disappointed in a situation or, thinking that I did these things. This is you, Nate, isn't it? This is Nate. Danielle, my box is huge.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
I'm the squishy one.
And Beth she has a good point. Are we aggressive or are we assertive? And
Correct.
that's a good question because I would rather come to you and be like, hey, this upset me or hurt my feelings. And then that gives you the opportunity to say, oh, no, I didn't mean it. Or, yeah, you're acting like a jerk. Get over it.
Yeah.
And
my wife has one saying. I'm going to ask her to put it in the comments, Danielle. What do you always tell me about feelings? I'm going to see if she puts it up in there.
But that's in this generation or in today's world, you have to be so politically correct and you have to be so coddling. And that's just not,
That's ridiculous.
It is. And it's like, you can't be friends with them because they upset me. Well, that's not reality. I'm not going to hate someone because you don't like them. Until they do me wrong. Yes.
Yeah, they become so caught up in that moment and their emotion. And that's expected. Like, I understand you're upset that I'm not dismissing the way that you're feeling. You're allowed to feel that way, but then they allow those feelings to manifest into more. And then they started doing things out of spite and it manifests into more. So I'm just like, oh, I didn't know I was that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she said no shit's given. That's not what I was getting at. She said everybody has too many feelings. Like Joyce says, everybody has too many damn feelings. Everybody is way too sensitive anymore. Like 20 years ago, you used to be able to tell it like it is. And I mean, just like the community, if you had a problem with somebody, you went out in the parking lot, you duked it out and you moved on.
Yeah, and then you went and had like a slushie together or something.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And I think a lot of that negativity does pour into the investigations and the locations and the this and the that. And it's like, we just need to get back to the roots of, you know what? And I think it's fame chasing too. Not all of us want to be famous. And let's be honest, I'm not going to say none, but the probability of any of us becoming famous, about like this much. So just be nice. And I'm a big believer in karma. So I'm like, listen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. And that's where we've gotten to. Like, we know it will. My mom preached all day, every day about divine order. Everything is already pre-mapped and pre-planned out, and it will work out the way that it is supposed to. Karma kicks in and retribution is distributed in its own natural way. Yes. So as hard as it is sometimes, especially for Danielle, to just sit back and let it happen, it eventually does. And the truth always prevails. I am a firm believer in that.
100%.
Firm believer.
100%. But to bring back to positive, so you were talking about Creep It Real, and this is happening in June. I'm really excited because we're coming. Well, I don't know about Nate, but I'll be there for sure. Tell us about Creep It Real for people that might not know what it is. How can they get tickets? I am going to post everything on Facebook and all the socials too, so everybody can find it. Yeah. And I'm going to actually put up this little banner.
There you go. Evansburg Old Stone Jail. Sorry, my computer's yelling at me for something. So this is and it's an event for the community, not just paranormal. This is not a convencon.
I'm sorry. I have to put up this comment back to the previous conversation. I love her. I really do. She's my kind of people. Okay, sorry. Back to Creep It Real.
Nope, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it says it like it is, right? What were we? Oh, Creep It Real. Like I said, it's not a paracon. It is nothing like these big, huge events. I cannot handle anything of that magnitude ever, and I don't really want to. This was basically just a day that I had planned. It was very small in the beginning, of just bringing paranormal and the community together, to have people that were important to my mom in the paranormal, along with supporting community, because she did both. Like I've said a million times, like if she didn't know you, but saw that you were struggling in something, she was the one reaching out to you. Like, hi, my name is Holly. I've seen you're struggling with this. I just want you to know that somebody's thinking of you, and I'll be praying for you, and all of these things. So, and she was always involved with like kids activities, the senior citizen center, any events that happened in her town. So the whole idea behind this was, like I said, paranormal and the community, you know, crafters, vendors, home businesses to come and, you know, showcase their stuff. We had a young gentleman who has some delays, and he was super proud of some 3D printed things that he had been doing. And so, you know, things like that mattered. And yeah, that's what it was about. We also had, obviously, because it was a memorial of my mom, we had a memorial tribute it was at 3:33 in the afternoon. We provided a memorial table for anyone to bring a photo of a past loved one that they would like to be noticed and recognized that day. So we did that. Very, very important part of this whole thing. Bodhi did one of her, one of her Reiki ritual things of blessing at that time. So it was awesome. Everybody had a good time. This is an event that I will never agree to charge people money to enter it, because we even saw, and I knew this was going to be a thing. There were families that had there been a charge, they wouldn't have been able to come and enjoy the day. Yeah. So that was why I wanted to make sure that there was no charge. And in essence of that, we had tons of free activities for the kids and stuff like that, because that's what the day was about: community and a good time and people fellowshipping and, you know, establishing connections and relationships with people. And I 100% believe we definitely succeeded in doing that, on top of, you know, the couple bigger named people that sold out events and made amazing, you know, money, that we were able to fly some people out. And it was a really good time. I think if you ask anybody how it was, they would definitely concur with all of that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. That is something that I'm really excited about. And we got to see the location that it's in when we were out at DOS, because we ended up going to dinner, and we went to dinner at the little bar right across the street from
the
it.
Castle pub or whatever.
Oh, the Castle.
Yes, yeah. Great food, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful location, not too far from DOS. So somebody could always investigate that night if they're in town.
We are actually working with Dave to try to put some packages together, winter packages together with the jail, because the jail doesn't have heat and the DOS house does. So we're going to try to collab to do like a halfer kind of a night deal, where you can start off your night over at the jail and then finish your night in the heat over at the DOS house.
So you can thaw out.
So we're going to work on that. He is, however, working on getting a small portion for investigators that he's going to put heat in. He's actually working on putting some bathrooms in finally. So lots of cool things happening at the jail too. For Creep It, we will have events at the jail and at the DOS house on Friday night before the event, and Saturday night, and possibly some daytime stuff on Sunday. I talked to Patty Negri. She's game for whatever. So I know we're going to be doing some extra special things this time, which, you know, you're going to be filming. So it's fine. You'll be doing all the cool things. Patty, actually, when she was here last year, she pulled Danielle to the side and she just kept saying, "This house is wild. Like, this house is," she would just drinking water. She was so out of breath and just kind of so taken back. Just, wow, this place, I would really like to come back here when it's a little less chaotic and really just investigate this house. And Danielle was like, "You're Patty Negri. You'd say the word. You're here."
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And for Patty to say that with all the different locations and things that she's been to and experienced, I mean,
it was very humbling to me, knowing, and this coming from her. Bodhi too also said this to me. that this was Patty's words were, this was probably one of the most put together events I've been to in a while. She said, you know, you really made this feel like a family, and it was close, and everybody was taken care of. And she said, I would absolutely love to come back anytime. The tribute to your mother was incredible. So that meant the world to me, that she felt like I did a good job in, you know, getting my message across. So needless to say, as much as Danielle was very much against me having another one because it takes up a lot of my time.
It's a lot of work.
And because she sacrifices a lot. She's away on the road traveling and planning something of this magnitude. And I did it mostly all by myself last year. And so it took a lot of my time. And so God sent to her. She supports me even when she doesn't want to be, and, you know, making this dream a reality for me. So we can all thank her too for allowing me to do all the cool things.
Yes. And making cool experiences for other people. I mean, not only that location and now this festival that I'm excited to go to and share. And I love the family part of it, because like in the beginning, you got into this because of family. I got into this because of family, and it just, it's kind of almost full circle. But it lets you,
when you meet good people, it feels like family. Like I consider you all like friends. Like I know I could entrust in you. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that without being too squishy.
No, it's you're right. I mean, I think before we even went live, you know, I said this field is it's difficult. It's hard to have trust, and you know, you're one of the few people that we do trust because of everything that you've shown to us, and you know, everything you're building. It's positivity, and I love to see that in a field that sometimes forgets that part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
But
anybody else thinking about this creepy fucking witch right now?
I'm thinking about the other one, the white,
the other one,
the one in the white dress.
That one,
that one.
I don't like her.
She's eyeballing Nate. I can see it. But so I have a video.
How about you see the clown? Can you even see the clown?
No.
Where's the clown?
Do you see?
Oh my God, I do.
Oh Lord!
Now that you pointed out,
Danielle will like that one right there. See him?
I didn't see him until you pointed him out.
Nope, not a fan.
Oh my
God!
Staring at me. So I have a video that you sent me that I want to play.
Oh no, I don't remember what it was.
It's of the church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this Tumbleweed Mike?
Is this where the thing?
Yeah, Tumbleweed Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a video for everybody. If there's any children listening, close your ears. I can't really remember if there's anything said, but just in case, I always like to give that.
There's definitely some cussing.
I always give that disclosure.
I'm in the room. There's definitely some cussing.
It's normally how I am, so I give the disclosure.
Ashley's the same, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to show the video, and then I want you to tell us about it. Okay?
Okay. What is happening back here?
What the hell?
Shit balls.
And the tripwire went off as it went past. Holy fuck. I heard it coming. Jay, didn't you have it up there on the carpet? It was on the carpet. Oh my God. I heard it. Big boy just rolled down fucking hill.
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff.
So you sent me that video, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, the reactions alone, but tell us what happened, how it, make us pretend like we're there.
I mean, obviously shit balls, they roll, you know? So that room that we're all set up in, that is the main cathedral at the church. What's cool about this church is that the floor is actually slanted to the front. What do they call that front stage area in a church?
Oh,
I mean, whatever.
I've been to a
that
church
whole
for a long
front
time.
stage part. Yeah. So I guess they used to slant the floors black in the day. So it actually keeps lagging. I don't know what's happening. You keep freezing?
Sorry. Yeah, it's probably me. My kid's probably on some type of random thing out there.
Oh, totally get
Fortnite.
it. Yeah. So we had set up in the cathedral. Up top is the front door to the church, and it's carpeted up there. So we had just found this plastic ball while we were cleaning the church, and Jay set it up there about a foot back from the edge. And I heard it, you know how like you hear a ball rolling down a dirty, dusty floor, and you hear me trying to turn my flashlight on. That's what the click, 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 click noise was. And I couldn't. So I jump up, and then, you know, my brain started functioning, and I was able to turn the flashlight on just in time to catch the ball go past and hit that front stage area, and then the tripwire going off. And then Tumbleweed Mike literally rolling downhill to get away from the ball.
I saw that and I was
Dying. Oh man, it was great. But yeah, this place is super cool. Brand spanking new. I don't know all of the historical facts about it other than it's cool as heck. So the church is over 150 years old. It is the whole bottom is the stone from the original church. I know the original church had burnt. It was like a huge thing back in the day. Like all the churches burnt, and then they, you know, rebuilt them for whatever reason. So
insurance money.
So you have the
Just kidding.
You have the church.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Someone's gonna be mad at me.
It's facts. Somebody. So you have the cathedral, and then there's like a little apartment type area that has a full kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a full bathroom, the least creepiest place in this whole place, right? And then you have a 3rd floor. I don't even really understand how to explain this. Like they started remodeling it, which they really shouldn't, because it was beautiful up there. But there's this funky crawl space. It kind of like is like reminds you of like a vampire lair. It's like tucked up in the ceiling. It has this big wooden door that you open. There's a little hatch in the room next door that opens. You can look out into the bell tower. And then there's the basement.
Everybody loves basements.
Yeah. And not the whole basement is creepy. It's one particular area, and I'm curious. I'm not going to say what area, but I'm going to see if you guys can figure out exactly what area you think it is. We have encountered a gentleman in the boiler room. There is a big boiler room with 4 huge tanks in there. There has been audible growls from a certain spot. More friendly energy up in the cathedral. And no matter where you are, just like the Doss house, it always tells you to go to the basement. Everything always tells you to go to the basement, right?
It does.
Yeah. So you have the 3rd floor, the cathedral, the basement, which the basement is massive. There's several rooms down there. And then it has its own private graveyard. Awesome. I would say about 80%. I think there's 300 and something. Bodhi's not here, so I can't ask her. 300 and something graves out there. A lot of them are of German descent. I know there's a lot of history in this area. I haven't had the time to really look it up to figure it out. That's why Bodhi gave me free reign to do whatever I wanted to do. And I just was like, hey, I'm giving away like 12 free investigations for everybody to get in there and figure it out for us so we don't have to. And then we'll cross match it all with history to see what adds up and what matches, what doesn't, kind of like what we did at the Doss house, and let the church make a name for itself. And so that's where we're running with it. It is a super, super cool place. Very decent sized facility. You could easily fit a group of 20 people in there, no problem. Wow. Between inside and outside. I mean, you could have 40. You have some people out in the graveyard, 20 people inside the church, and rotate like the potential is unlimited.
And
so
there's
yeah,
only 3 of us, so I'm here in solos. We'll send Tom to the basement.
The 3rd floor is pretty messed up too. Like there's some weird.
That'll probably be the one I get.
It's just weird energy. Like I don't feel like anything's aggressively trying to hurt or I think there's energy that's pissed off that people are trying to come in there. It's a church.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, and I wonder how it'll act for us because I'm Catholic, born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went to church and Catholic schools, church 3 times a week, that whole thing up until I got older. So I'll be really interested to see.
Yeah. It's not a Catholic church. I will tell you that.
Oh, then they probably won't like me.
They might not. So it might not go in your favor. Larissa doesn't know that you do a podcast every Thursday night.
Larissa? She does.
She doesn't know that you do.
She knows you're on it. Larissa.
Jeez. Where's she been?
You know what? She's probably insanely busy with the Culture Con.
Oh yeah. That's gonna keep her busy for a long while.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And there's a lot of I finally, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I'll let Larissa yell at me later. But I found out that you guys are going as well.
Yes, we are, of course.
So are we. So I'm super excited for that. That's another fun weekend.
Would have been in big trouble if either one of us wasn't going. Let's just.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Larissa would have drove to our houses and got us and then taken us. Yeah. But
no, Alan. She would have made Alan. She would have made Alan do it.
That's true. And I would have just harassed him the entire car ride. So he probably would have just. Tell Larissa, be like, listen, lady.
She's just yelling at me because I don't answer. FYI, I'm on.
I'm going to laugh if she messages me, go, oops, sorry.
Get on and watch. We're talking about you.
This church thing, I think for us, like going, it is interesting because not a lot of people have been there before, and there's not too many places left out there for people to go for like their first time and like not know anything. Which when we go, we're going in a couple weeks. We're going to be filming an episode as well, but we're bringing not only Ashley but Tom's wife, who's also gifted, and we're going to send them both separately to like walk around and like see what they pick up on, and then we'll cross-reference together with both of them, so that way we have a better idea, because we're going in, we don't know anything, which is we don't know nothing about the place.
Yeah.
So that's
there she is. We were just talking about you. Yeah, and Nate, the fun thing about that is they're going to be there because we're interviewing them as well. So with their abilities, our abilities, it's going to be a really cool experience, I think.
I think so, yeah. We're looking forward to that one.
Yeah, and that one's in a couple weeks, I think. 3 or 4. I have to look.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Things start to blend together.
It's coming quick.
Yes.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it looks like our time is slowly coming to an end.
Man,
but
fast.
I know. It goes so quick. It really does. But
Melissa missed all the fun.
That means we just have to talk about her on like the next one.
Yeah.
Just she knows I love her.
Yeah.
So before we go, the main thing I want to tell everybody is if you're looking for a place to investigate, absolutely check out the Doss House. You won't be disappointed, for one. And it's you can stay the night.
I wasn't.
If you can make it. But it's a really, really cool location. A lot of different energies, like we talked about earlier in the show. And, you know, to book it, you can email them, call them, get on the website. It is the dosshouse278@gmail.com, or it is www.thedosshouse/pa.com. You can go to their Facebook. Where else can they find you?
We do a lot of stuff from the Doss House on TikTok on our Unique Paranormal 1.5. We go live a lot of places there in particular, of course. You can reach me on any of those platforms as well. So either the Doss House or Unique Paranormal 1.5.
Yeah. So watch their lives because I watch them. They're funny. So I have to, before we go, I do have to say that your lives, they're interesting because of the evidence, but they're also slightly comical. So I do kind of get a little bit of both. So I like watching them.
Right. What did I say almost an hour ago? Like, my mother was very adamant. If you can't have fun and enjoy your company that you're in while respecting spirit, what are you doing it for? So we do. We have a lot of stupid. stupid fun.
That's what it's all about.
But it's fun. Yeah. And it brings it back. But again, for anybody who wants to book, find out anything about the Doss House, what they're going to, the events they're going to be at, you can reach out to me. I will give you the information. I will point you Shawnna's way. If not, you can find her on Facebook, TikTok, like she just said. With that,
really quick.
Yes,
we have a special for October. There's only a couple dates left. I have a Sunday that it was left available. I put it up for $100. We're doing this for October. So for the month of October, and I think there was a Friday, we took it down to over half off. So it's $150 for up to 8 guests for $150 for 13 hours. So you'll have to check out the Facebook page. There was a couple dates that are super, super cheap. And this is just for spooky season only.
And what better way to spend spooky season than in an extremely haunted location?
Yeah.
And it's a cute little town too. Yeah. It is a very cute little town.
For our 1 year on Halloween, we're doing a table tipping event with all my mom's closest friends to celebrate. That was an event that was open free to the public. We filled 10 spots that 10 people from the public are coming free to just hang out with us and celebrate. So
will you be streaming that live?
I absolutely will.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So a lot of good things coming up.
Absolutely.
But with that, thank you so much for being on. I always love talking to you. It's always a good time.
Anytime.
So we'll have to have you on again after the church so we can talk about that.
Sure thing.
For everybody else, I know it's been a while, but we will be back next week. We're not sure with what yet. We have to discuss that. And Nate and I came up with a new little outro. So we're going to test it out. So we're going to say, we'll be back next week. Keep your lights low, your mind's open, and your doors locked. Because remember, not everything that screams in the night is just the wind. And with that, we'll see you next week.